Should be
Now we should
connecting now. Let's see.
How we doing, everybody?
Let's see how we're doing on here on the old intertubes.
If you can hear us, you wouldn't believe what happened. We got struck by the Windows 10 update, and we've just been scrambling for the last 40 minutes to get drivers and stuff updated.
Yeah, it's been a doozy. Yay, technology.
Yay, thanks Windows 10.
Alright, let's see. But here we are.
Oh wow,
Here
looks
we
like we're all here.
We are all here. Awesome. I can see us.
Beautiful.
Great. Let's get the old chat room open here. Yeah, it's nice. Windows updated and decided to remove all of our drivers for our mixing desk, and it seems to have balked the graphics drivers as well, but we've got a workaround for that, so thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Alrighty. First, hey Puffy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
How are you all doing? Damn.
Cool in the game.
Sir David Lister. Ethan on YouTube.
This way a little bit. There you go.
Wolfkind.
Get your shoulder in there, Matt.
Shoulder in there.
You were kind of chopping out a bit.
Oh, roger.
How was the vacation? Oh, vacation was awesome. I went and experienced some of the beautiful world you see in Generation Zero, but IRL. Did lots of hiking, hanging out by beautiful Swedish lakes, swimming in beautiful Swedish lakes, and enjoying all of the beautiful northern area of Sweden. It was awesome. And as for you, Matt?
What did I do? Yeah, I sat my hunting exam. So that was a 3-day intensive course.
Yeah, you got an exam.
Super duper fun. Can't really say anything less than that. So it was very, very nice.
Awesome shirt, Graham. Well, thank you. So I got this kind of like, you know,
psychedelic
thing going on here. It's yeah. Better than yesterday in the Call of Wild stream where I made the mistake of wearing a shirt with green bits, so it looked like my chest would disappeared. But yes, tomorrow I get my new Mobo RAM and CPU, then I should probably get the game running even better. It does at the moment. Nice. There's nothing nicer than getting shiny new PC bits. You try to remember where you're at before
That's
we cut.
it. I think I need to run up the hill back to the castle actually to find the reconnaissance team up there. I do believe we didn't quite finish.
Hunting exam. Someone's about to turn pro in hunting robots. Was that covered in the course material? In the event of an invasion of machines?
Aim for the explodey parts.
Aim for the explodey parts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's how it was put to me.
Can't see comments, so not sure the stream is working properly for me. Benjamin,
Refresh.
we kind of respond to 4 different places at the same time here. So at the moment we're replying to YouTube, to Twitch, and now you on Facebook, which is why sometimes you don't see the things we answer. But we do try and sort of add context when we talk, like sometimes reading back questions, etc. But we've just started, so comments should start popping in around you on Facebook soon too. Fix your game. Well, yes, Mr. Meme, we are doing that. As you may have known, if you follow the game, we have regular monthly updates, which are quite substantial. We didn't have one end of July because of Swedish holiday period, and that is a protected thing in law here. Sweden is very good about making sure that their workers have good life balance, etc. So next update will be in August, and we got something cool in store for you there. Yes. Want to use a bow and arrow to launch some TNT. I think we've spoken about that a couple of times on stream. How we would both be a big fan of that. Both of us like to practice archery in real life, actually. Yep. So that would be something that each of us would enjoy. I want to get my bow modeled in the game. Here at Dev Team, I know you're watching. I'm going to bring it to the office. You guys can make it happen.
For this era, though.
Sorry?
Yours would be
for
like
this era, yeah, it would have to be a
space technology.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, mine's it's a
Call of the Wild,
bit modern looking.
Yeah.
Actually, have you seen some of the old 80s compound bows?
Yeah, they're pretty interesting looking.
Yeah, yeah. They're made out of Lego.
Yep, they just look very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Trying to work out what I've even got. Oh, look at that, a lot of slugs. Let's get away from these birdshot then.
Booty76, hi guys, I've got a few points. Here's the first. When you have to backtrack to an old bunker for a mission, as you're walking down a corridor, 2 ticks spawn a foot from your head in midair and you lose half your health. Just like getting a parking ticket in your own garage, not gameplay is unavoidable. It's just an instant 50% health tax. Can we stop this, please? The respawning machines is always going to be a thing. It would be a terribly boring game if you could wipe everything out in your map and then you just stuck with a walking sim. But them spawning in mid-air, that is definitely not good. We'll get that checked out, and apologies for that.
Yeah. How's everyone's summer, if you're in this part of the world, how's your summer vacation going? You're making the most
being
of the heat
inclusive
wave.
there as a Kiwi, because of course down your neck of the woods,
Exactly.
it's the opposite, isn't
exactly.
it?
It's
Backwards land.
It's cold.
Oh, it's cold today now, finally. It's been so hot here in Sweden, which is nice when you can spend your days in a lake. Not so nice when you
Whoa!
can't.
What the?
Whoop.
Kablooey.
Tick giving you a warm welcome back to the game.
Yeah.
Hope all is well with the team and hope to see some new content coming soon. So at the moment, we're still part of the way through the vacation period. The team will be back and at full strength as of next week. So yeah, the team will be great. They should be relaxed, refreshed, recharged, and ready to pump all of the creativity into the game. Like I said, we already have somewhat of an idea what's going to be coming in August, and it should be something that's going to make a lot of you very happy.
Yeah.
More news on that as we get closer. As we say in the past, we'd rather under-promise and over-deliver than say, hey, this thing's coming, and then face a unforeseeable sort of development hump and it gets delayed. So more news on that soon.
This is deja vu. I feel like this might be where I headed to last time.
You did this last time, yes. How many of your team works in Hunter Call of the Wild at the same time? They are separate teams entirely. But you said there's some nice stuff for two games that can contribute each other. Of course there is information sharing. It would be terrible oversight if we were to just silo the teams off and they never
sorry, we don't talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, for example, here, I'm the main community manager for Generation Zero. Matt's the main community manager for Call of the Wild. So there definitely is information sharing. But as far as development resources and time spent actually making the game, they are completely two separate entities. Although every now and then, you know, if there's an issue, they'll probably put their heads together or chat over the lunch table about various things.
Yep.
So yeah. Well, ammo stacking probably fixed in August update. Again, I'm not going to talk about specifics about August update yet, but we do know that is a big issue for you, and of course it's on our radar to be looked at. I love the tanks. Tanks are fun.
Tanks are
Big,
good.
stompy, explosive things. Sorry, I feel like you just mentioned this, but when will the next update come out for Xbox One? I did indeed, Jaron, but I can tell you again. We're looking at end of August, as of now, is the planned update. I mean, since release, we've had pretty consistent, regular monthly updates. The only one we missed out was July, again, for vacation time. So, as it looks now, we're picking up that sort of schedule again in August. Could you tell the team to tweak the explosions? Would like a bit more boom? Still feels too weak now. Well, explosions depends how much boom you bring to the party. If you bring lots of boom, you get bigger boom. But, yeah, of course, feedback taken. Are you guys aware of frame rate issues on PS4? We are indeed, Quality Yogurt. Optimization type things are something that's kind of an ongoing process all the time. There's always going to be attention given to that with every update we do. But we do understand that there probably is some extra attention needed, particularly when you have a lot of stuff going on the screen at the same time. A lot of people think it's the same big team that developed Rage 2 and Just Cause. I suspect that's why they're not very nice sometimes. Unfortunately, not being nice in the internet does go hand in hand sometimes. But yeah, we are not, correctly, as you noticed there, Jock, we are not the same team. Rage 2, Just Cause, etc., they are operated and funded by external publishers, Avalanche Studios, so we can't really use those devs on our games because they're paid for by other companies. So yeah, we have our own internal sort of self-publishing organization. I don't want to go into the details of how game development runs on different levels, but yes, we do not have 200-man teams or anything like that, or person teams rather. Don't overwork. No, the team is, as I said, a lot of the team are currently enjoying some vacation right now, well earned. They've been hard at work over this past time. Dead zones with analog sticks, that's something that we've received feedback on streams in the past as well before. He's having a bad time.
He was. He was. I think he was just at a rave, to be honest. It didn't sound like machine gun fire to me.
Is that a techno party in the
woods?
People I see on YouTube are not nice. I'm kind of working worse to defend the game. It's been amazing for me in the best 80 hours so far. Pair the words with some nice scenery and have the video on YouTube. The thing is, Puffy, I mean, some criticism is, of course, totally valid, and we understand there are some bits that needed more attention, and we've definitely been doing that over the previous months. So I can understand why people get a bit overly passionate, let's say. But you know, we like to think that we're demonstrating that we are working in good faith and we're continuing to put work into things. So hopefully, as that starts to disseminate into people's minds, we should turn the frowns upside down. We're just settled for keyboard and mouse support in the Xbox One. Who was I talking to about that? One of our forum folks the other day. Great suggestion. The only issue we have as a small team is, as a use case, of how many people would make use of that feature versus development time needed to implement it. We're at this stage now where we of course have a lot of things we want to do for the game in terms of, up until now, bug fixing, and now as things start to get more polished, we're going to start looking towards more content. And you know, taking time out to add things like mouse and keyboard support, although it would be awesome for the folks that really enjoy it, it's going to be a smaller portion of the population that do so. So it's maybe better for us to spend those dev hours in doing something that everyone enjoys. I'm still confident that those time that we could spend doing mouse and keyboard will be doing something that you're going to enjoy. That's to say, I won't say never. You know, I won't say it's never going to happen, but perhaps some sort of extra context there as how we think about what features we do and when.
Silly, I even have a compass up the top of the screen, and I was running 180 degrees the wrong way.
Not that left, other left.
Yeah, three lefts make a right.
If you want to start the game fully again, you will need to delete your save file. Those who use consoles will know how to do that. On PC, you can go via your Documents folder in Windows and do it that way. The reason we did it like this is the intention was that different characters were something you could be created to try out different builds. So the idea is that when you create a new character, it's not a whole new world, it's more a new way of experiencing it, and you keep your progress you had previously. Of course, that's slightly different to how people are used to seeing things. The more used to, you start new characters, new game. So maybe we'll reassess that, how we do it, maybe make us more hybridized take on things, with like a new game button or something somewhere. But as of now, that's the way that you need to be doing that.
I think this might be a slightly...
Was a response to the VR support, but thanks for the answer. I was referring to both. I remember that conversation about VR. I've had that before. But the same thing does apply to things like mouse and keyboard on Xbox as well. The VR conversation we had here on Twitch, actually, mouse and keyboard, I was speaking to someone on the forum just a couple of days ago. VR would kill my heart, but it'd be amazing indeed. Any word on stash boxes? Not as yet, but we do know that you want them very much. We have let out some nuggets of information. Those of you might recognize that. We'll see. But, some delicate clues. But to put it bluntly, we know you want it really badly. And of course, that's something that we're going to address. I enjoyed the roller skates you sent me in the mail, Kiwi.
Roller skates?
What? Have you been sending random fans roller skates?
Who did I send roller skates to?
3D Pixels. I'm not quite entirely sure what that refers to.
Maybe some old joke.
Maybe. Are you in the UK? No, we are not. I am a Brit, as you may have recognised, although actually I'm a hybrid now. I am dual British and Swedish citizenship. But we're in Stockholm, Sweden. So I'm a Brit, he's a Kiwi, right. So I can understand why it might be a bit confusing. But the actual large bulk of the team is actually Swedish, although we do have a very international setup in the office here. Bid on TV, that's feedback that's been passed on. Admittedly, it does feel strange that your small magnification scopes have lower sensitivity than high mag scopes. Absolutely. Notice a few occasions how the toolboxes are empty. That's something the team were looking into just before the holiday break and will likely be addressed in the near future, so August update. We fixed a lot of cases of toolbox being empty, but there are still some outliers, so yeah. Stash boxes, I already spoke about that just now. They were the tick-shaped slash theme roller skates.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Okay.
I do remember. That would have been cool. Silly ticks don't have eyes in the backs of their heads, do they?
Really interesting if you add a base system or a small building system slash crafting system, traps, etc. Pretty cool.
Hey, there we go.
Oh. Whee!
Never remember freaking. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It does work. Worked a little bit too well, actually.
Actually, yeah. I remember this. You actually tried this mission.
Yeah, and they
four
weren't in
streams
there,
ago,
were they?
and it was a broken mission at
That's
the time,
right.
which we have now fixed,
Yay!
as you can see. So there is some live proof of we are.
I do remember we came down there, that's right, and there was nothing there.
Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, you got a blueprint. Nice.
Alright, what are you up to now then? Go on and on and on, babe.
Would you like us that our sniper rifles can have iron sights? Like getting up close most of the time to max damage, and iron sights would be nice. You can. They do come with iron sights. Just simply remove your scope, and you have your good old iron sights there. Or do you mean a quick way to flick back and forth? Because that could be handy. I know in Call of the Wild you can just do it just with the mouse button, can't you?
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Small bug, but somehow it's a 5 to 10 paper towels clipped inside each other. That is indeed a small bug. Thanks for the info. It's probably going to be way down on the bottom of the pile of things we have to fix, but I'm sure that some dev watching somewhere currently is now scribbling that note down. Are you adding cars to drive? We just added bikes only just right now, so of course that's our first take on transportation at some point. Who knows what the future may bring, but I would think that more transportation will not be in the immediate future, seeing as that's something we've just addressed in some ways at least. New to GZ, you're going to add base building, other survival aspects. Who knows? If folks want it, perhaps we could look at that. Probably, if we were ever to do it, it would be a game option or a gameplay option rather than redoing the whole game, because it's not really what the game was advertised as initially. But maybe one day, who knows?
Right. So, I better put my old waypoint marker. I could do any of these, actually, I suppose, but let's do this one. Oh, I think I can hear a tank outside.
Yeah, I hear some stompy stuff.
Stompity stomp
We
stomp.
Battle the Church Mark II.
Yeah, that's right.
Allow us to paraglide or wingsuit off high places. Were wingsuits a thing
No.
in the 80s? I don't think.
Wingsuits were but a dream.
If you want to do that, I can recommend Just Cause 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Will any of the impending updates be passed and completed tasks and crediting the appropriate achievements? Excellent one in my case. We do know there were some outstanding achievement issues. They're due to be addressed. As far as they will retroactively apply, I'm not certain. Although, of course, we would not like you to get into a situation where you have the task complete, which is a one-time deal, and you can't recomplete it. So we'll of course make it so that you will be able to complete your achievements, put it that way. As far as it will retroactively do it for everything, I can't really say yes or no live on air, I'm sorry to say.
So,
Where is he hiding?
I'm got some issues. Issues that tissues cannot solve. Uh-oh.
That looks like a big stompy heavy issue right now.
Yeah, I'll turn my light off. Are there any electrical power boxes around? What is that? A stump.
You just think of setting up a trap.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't need... I can just kind of, hopefully, you know, scoot around the outside of them.
Being sneaky is, of course, a valid tactic.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Have an option where you could push cars to use them as cover, but it would require 2 people to push it. That would be cool, except for the fact that you might have noticed that cars in Generation Zero are very explosive.
Yeah,
when they take enough rounds, they will go boom.
So,
So, yeah, cover as a rule should never explode.
yeah.
Are you aware of the bug where certain tanks and harvests cannot be looted? Not that I've seen communicated by anyone else.
No.
No, but thanks for that information. We can check it out. Hiding the back of cars to hide from robots. We've had that said before on a previous stream, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. I know I've done that in the long dark before, actually, playing that game.
Yep.
I was in Marines in 1980 with a fab thing called a Shamuli. It was a handheld firework-propelled magnesium parachute flare. Straight up in a little landscape for 3 to 4 minutes. When you're fighting from a bunker at night, you're in the light, enemy in the dark. Run to entrance, fire a Shamuli, retreat, and fight an enemy you can now see. Or illuminate a town to spot the enemies. And what fab photos it would make. That would indeed. That would be a pretty neat bit of kit.
Be.
I wonder what that would be called in Swedish.
Pass.
Shamuli. Shamula.
I like Shamuli.
Shamola. I don't know.
Shamuli, Shamuli.
Any chance we can get some kind of cutscenes? Again, we are a small studio. Cutscenes are incredibly expensive and time intensive to make. It's more a case of, again, the time and work that goes in making cutscenes is that better spent in improving the general, gameplay related features and that kind of thing. So, again, this is this kind of balancing act that we do.
You may remember this. Well, Christ. Oh, whoa.
Oh, jeez. Someone call Rent-A-Kill. You have a infestation here. Of course, the ticks, if you can just kite them away and run away, they will self-destruct. Matt's taking the brave route.
Well, there's another
Oh,
one.
jeez. Yeah, actually, you did do this one previously. I think it was 2 patches ago we did reset missions because there were some broken ones, and missions in progress were reset as a one-time thing, so that's probably why we're doing this now. But on the bright side, it does mean that they will work. Did I miss something important, or is anyone asking the same? Stories, new weapons, etc. I don't know how to answer that. Did I miss anything important? I mean, of course that's important to us. To you, then, maybe not so much. So you didn't miss anything in that respect, no? But, of course, feedback like that is important for us.
Right.
What are tanks in the game? They're huge machines. Matt just ran past one earlier on outside.
The big walker. Oh, wow, they really upped up the thick numbers.
Yeah. Oh. Busted.
There was so much broken metal on the ground I couldn't see the real from the... Does this still work?
Will there be an option to crawl in the future? So there was actually an option to crawl during our open phase. We pulled it from the game towards the end of development because it just really wasn't in a suitable place for us to go live with. But we might readdress that in the future, perhaps. The ability to go pro.
All the ammunitions would be good.
We're aware of issues with Fashionista, Marcel. We are indeed looking into that one. Apologies for the delays so far. I mean, we understand that sort of trophy issues can be frustrating, but we kind of focused on real big showstoppers in the gameplay so far. But absolutely, trophies will be addressed, or are in the process of, should I say.
Right.
All right.
So just some healing so I don't get stomped on.
Please add more enemies, new weapons, and fix scope/unscope bug. All of the above, yes, at some point. We will probably be adding new weapons and enemies, I would think. That would make sense in the future. As for the fix scope/unscope bug, which one is that specifically, you mean? Have you guys made any other games before? I'd be interested. So from the self-publishing department of Avalanche Studios, we've made The Hunter Call the Wild, which is another very beautiful game based on the Apex engine, primarily focused on somewhat realistic hunting. And then as far as AAA titles that we've worked with other publishers, which other parts of the development teams work with, yeah, you can check out Mad Max, Just Cause series, anything like that.
Mad. There we go.
Oh, no.
Yay, purple. Oh, wait.
When will new bikes appear? Probably unlikely we're going to add more bikes just yet. They've only just been released. You know, we try to address all of the... of course, we know you have so many things that all you folks want. So we kind of need to prioritize what we do. And as we just added some form of attention to bikes, I think it makes sense that we'd probably look at another request from you folks next, let's say. But that's not to say that we won't be doing something more bikes. Maybe different styles of bikes could be something that might be able to come out sooner, but mechanically, I'm not sure yet. A tandem bike, that would be amazing.
That would be funny.
That would be awesome.
50% slower if your teammate's not.
I hate cosmetics. All I want is something like an island or something infested with experimental bots. Well, the good thing about optional DLC is the fact that if you don't like cosmetics, you don't have to buy it. So that's awesome. As far as something like an island or more gameplay stuff, then of course that's definitely something we'll be looking at. Unicycle. Did I just see Spawn Anubis come in? Hey, Spawn Anubis, how are you doing?
Already been?
When I first saw this game, I thought it was been Left 4 Dead-like game. Realised there wasn't a horde/wave mode, so feature added a supply drop where you can call one in and defend/clear the drop location. Yeah, horde mode of some description has been something that folks have been talking about here and there. Could be pretty fun. Although, to be fair, if you run into the airfield and start firing your gun around, you're going to get your very own horde mode pretty quick then.
It's true.
Hunter Call the Whale is a beautiful game. It certainly is. How much is the game and how much you guys make? You can check the pricing of the game on your platform of choice. Right now there is a sale, in fact, on Xbox. As far as how much you guys make, that's not something we're going to talk about on stream, I'm sorry to say. Is there different difficulties? Is there possibly take away the enemy mark pops up when you're near them? Difficulty is more based upon where you go in the world. It kind of... You start off in a simpler area, and as you explore further and further and further, you tend to get more difficult enemies. There's no sort of difficulty switch as such. Who knows? That could change. We might decide that we want to add more sort of tailorability in the way that your game is. That could be a thing in the future. Who knows? But as of now, it's more based upon where you go. As far as the marker for proximity, that's something we've been taking feedback about. Bike with infantry space, but if it breaks, the storage comes back. Pretty cool. All my weapons are 5-star. Grats. You've been busy.
Classic.
How big is the dev team? I'd say the average height was probably about 5'10". I'd say.
Probably.
No, I think we're kind of floating around 30, I think. Trying to remember what product owner Paul said on last stream.
I think it
around
was
30.
I think it was about that, yeah.
I know, I don't ever count them.
Heat count. Right. This is good. I'm getting my ammo supply.
Can you guys... Sorry, William?
No, I was just saying this is good. I'm
restocking,
getting, yeah, like...
Nice. Can you guys talk about the game's inspiration? There's something that you guys maybe being inspired from Simon Stollenhag. What I heard there was no reply for a while. People thought the community wouldn't admit it. I don't know if the question is appropriate not to answer. Well, the game's inspiration is, just like Simon Stollenhag, our development team grew up in Sweden during the 1980s. And they also have a love of sci-fi and everything that brings. Our game director, Emil, a lot of this is really like the world and the ideas is kind of built from his experiences growing up in Sweden and his love of sort of sci-fi, pop culture, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, just like
plenty of people.
Red Dead Redemption isn't taking away from, I don't know, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
There is space for different things in the same world, I mean, we have a Swedish dev team that really wanted to make a game in Sweden. Yeah.
I mean, I think Emil literally said that him and his brothers used to run around pretending they were robots in the forest when they were young.
So this really is a passion project for that respect. Is it on Switch? No, it is not. I played Generation Zero 23 hours. I very love this game from Russia. Steam account Miss Leaf. Sorry, my English. No worries. We understand you. Hello to you in Russia, and we really appreciate you dropping in and saying hello. Mods for the future? Unlikely. Sorry to say. We do work with a custom engine, which does make mod support sort of less smooth than it can be with those who use sort of off-the-shelf, as it were, engines. Plans for story continuation? I would expect that as time goes on, you will see the story expanded somewhat. Yes.
So, we were out for dinner the other night, just talking about the awesome Russians, and our waiter was a Russian guy, and we said, "Oh, can we get like a dry wine, please?" And he said, "Yeah, no worries." He comes out with a bottle of wine, and he says, "This one is on the edge of being dry, like cat on." With claws on edge, and I was like, I just started laughing. It's like I've never ever had a wine described to me like
a clawy cat.
It is on the edge of dry, like a cat on edge, you know. And he had like his hands out like this. It was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great.
Are you guys on the dev team? We are part of the development team. We're the community managers, in fact. So although we don't hammer the keyboards, we do very much work and represent the product. We didn't pretend we were robots, we pretended to fight robots and orcs and Russians. Okay.
Julia Chilled, how you doing?
Hey, Julia. What mice do you play with at Generation Zero game? We actually have a really cheapy mouse in here at the moment.
Logitech.
The other one broke, so we have a real budget Logitech, but I want to get it
Did that
changed
go
to something a bit fancier. The other one died just before vacation, so I had like a panic plugging a new one. We're about to go live on the stream.
Whoops. Run all the way down there. And I was...
You hit the nail on the head there, Dave. I mean, which is kind of what I was saying, that there is space inside this world, you know. I think the issue is people automatically assume that because it's not a widely covered area, 1980 Sweden, that it all belongs to some person. And of course, it's a big tapestry with plenty of space for everyone to have their own interpretation. I mean, a lot of people grew up in Sweden.
The other thing is, like, people forget about is that the whole mech era was huge in the 80s and 90s for sci-fi and stuff like that. Like, it's not a limited thing to a country or a zone or whatever.
And also, zombies has been pretty done at this stage.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
What's that rifle lying against the fence there?
Yeah, it looks nice, eh? The MP5,
Have you checked it to see if it was an upgrade of the one you got? Or
I probably
I think it was an AK-4, wasn't it?
I've got it.
Was it MP5?
I think it's an MP5, isn't it?
No.
No, what is it? I have no idea.
Looks like the AK-4.
Let me drop some stuff then. Oh man, I'm at a point now I have to drop stuff.
Yeah.
Drop.
No, it wasn't the AK-4. I had to scout out the store.
Let's have a look. It is the HP5.
It is!
So
Okay, it just looked longer when it was stood against the wall. This was me being a doofus. I actually very much like that weapon. It's my favourite, so I'm surprised I didn't recognise it.
Oh.
Have you guys heard of Chernobylite, a new game coming out with a small development team? They made Stalker. I have not, Ethan, but thanks for the news, because I love the Stalker games, so I'll definitely check that out. Plans to add multiple game modes like permadeath or something. That would be cool. We haven't discussed that sort of in depth or announced anything, but that would be cool. We have lots of ideas with things we want to go now. Like, as I mentioned earlier, we've obviously spent the past few months, for the most part, 100% working on bug fixes. We added some bikes to add a little bit of variation in there, but otherwise it's been all about those bug fixes. As the product owner, who is basically, you know, one of the decision makers in terms of where the game goes, said in the previous stream, Paul, I think he was, now we're going to start working more towards content. I mean, we do know there are some bugs outstanding, but we've made a lot of progress. So now, as we tie up the last few sort of biggest bugs, we can start spending some time on content. That was a good one. That was a good shot.
It was satisfactory.
Mid-air right there. In terms of DLC, paid or free, one can expect it. We released a clothing DLC just recently. You can check the store for that. Otherwise, in terms of paid or standalone DLC that's coming up soon, free or paid. Nothing announced right now, but there will of course be some sort of game updates for free coming soon. Whether they're called DLC or not is one thing, but you will expect standard monthly updates to continue.
Rapportera status. Vad i helvete händer där borta?
Helvete.
Leverera full rapport på nämnda fientliga maskiner.
Fientliga maskiner.
Bekräfta kontakt, kom.
I feel like flashlight's an underused item. Maybe consider giving the need to pick them up more frequently to recharge the batteries. I want to see it instead. You have, I remember when I was a kid, we had the dynamo ones. You either had a grip on it, where you had to squeeze it to charge it, or you had a handle.
I know that one's.
That'd be awesome. You have to stop and wind up your flashlight.
That'd be very cool. Wait, are you telling me that didn't complete? Did I?
But having a bug happened to me since
Oh,
launch.
so
If from a friend's game, loot does not spawn. In mine, it spawns. That's interesting, Wolfie Boy. We'll do some testing to see if we can replicate that.
Is it time to take a bike, do you think?
It's always time to take a bike.
It's always time to take a bike, right?
How far are you going to go?
Oh, miles away now.
Bike's a good call then. Yeah, that's definitely a bike.
Ta-da! Wait, there it is.
Idea for a Harsh Nature game: improve AI to get into houses. Add a small respawn timer on the safe house using teleporter 2. Yeah, good feedbacks. I mean, some people say the game's too hard. Other people say they'd like to see it harder. So, see, apparently Matt can't ride a bike.
Ow!
He just stuck the stick in the front fork.
Yeah.
So the challenge for us as developers is to work out, you know, how we can please everybody at the same time. So I think maybe we'd make selectable like difficulty options or something. So maybe you can tailor it, because it is very difficult when we have half the people saying make it harder, half the people saying make it easier. How we kind of go about that challenge. But of course we are, listening with both ears wide open. So will we get a unicycle? Unlikely, I'm going to say. But I do want to see skateboards with an entire Tony Hawk's Pro Skater minigame created based around them, please. Please, devs. Can we get an ability to mark enemies without having to use the binoculars? And you just like squint really hard at them. They're like, meh. I would say that was unlikely right now, Hyena. I mean,
you had to toggle too.
It's intended to be a sort of gameplay mechanic that would make sense for using the binoculars to look more closely at them based upon the knowledge you have. So, unlikely, I would say. I've noticed a weird thing with bikes. When you go somewhat slow and then just turn in either direction, it starts picking up speed until it spins out of control. That sounds like a very fun bug. But we'll get that checked out.
Huh?
You're going to try and replicate it now live? No. Mark with scope. Yeah, that could be pretty an interesting variation, actually. Mark with scope would make more sense than just looking at things without any kind of magnification. Cool if you can wheel the bike and maybe backflip. You can't wheel it on consoles. I don't know if we can do it on PC.
Nah.
That seems like an oversight we must fix. Bring wheelies to the people.
You really have to.
Well, then, that's your problem. Whose problem, Dexter? I missed the context of that one.
Oh, man. There's got to be some explosive stuffs around here that we can use. Oh, well. When there's one... Hey, 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 just...
Oh.
You know...
Nothing to see here, guys. Carry on. Just a random bike has appeared here. No, it's fine. Someone asking about 5-star ranked weapons and where to get them. Pay an eye to our social media tonight, actually. I've already scheduled a post to go out later where one of our nice community members has made a video giving you a guide on how to find golden weapons. So check our Facebook and Twitter tonight and you'll see a nice handy video guide pop up. Should come out in a couple of hours from now, actually. So keep an eye peeled for that. It should come in useful.
Oh.
Survival mode, like with food and stuff. Yeah, we've had that one suggested. Maybe an optional game mode. Oh dear. Oh dear. You chose to yeet yourself off a cliff instead.
Cover. Alright. Oh.
Oh. Oh right, he says, as he face tanks
I could get a whole bunch of rounds to the face.
Like, give me the bullets. Ah!
Yeah.
More music, please. Yeah, we had lots of nice feedback about the music. People do love music Generation Zero.
Right, that's it. I'm freaking... I tried to be nice and not engage them and let them get on with their day. No more.
No. Mitch Gamer, hello first, congratulations. The game is very good and I already have it in my library. Is it a possibility to translate to Portuguese, Brazil or Portugal? We haven't been looking at new translations just yet, Mitch, but definitely it's something we could consider in the future as time goes on, is adding more translation languages. I mean, that's something that doesn't necessarily lie directly with our dev team. We do have translators within the team.
I'm going over, I'm like, I wonder if this is going to happen again. Yep.
Yes. But yeah, we do have sort of localized experts within the team, but we work a lot with external localization agencies as well. So maybe that's something we could look into that wouldn't sort of slow down core development. Who knows? Watch this space.
Same place. Yep.
You didn't learn, did you?
Well, no, I was like, I wonder if I can, just hop it over a bit.
We wanted to do a little bunny hop thing. You got a kickflip there whilst on a bike.
I don't even know my bike's gone.
What's the equivalent of a bike kickflip as in a lateral spin? I don't know.
What's the equivalent of?
Oh, did you launch it into the moon or something?
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there we go.
It materialized.
Yeah, I think it was hidden in the bush. Don't forget to use field radios, Matt. Yeah, you can, of course. Use
Oh,
them
yes.
How can I support you? Like donations, and also there's some glitches with books and locked areas like in walls and stuff. We don't ask any support except for nice words, verbal encouragement, and maybe your feedback on the game.
Why am I no tourney? There we go.
As far as boxes, then that's definitely something we've been looking at in terms of fixing those. Otherwise, my PayPal account is...
It really feels like we're cycling on sand back there.
See, as you can see, this isn't a mountain bike. Ideally, you want to stick to roads on these.
Right. It's freaking revenge time, boys.
I thought there was Generation Zero, not Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX, and that was a good game from my teenage years. Right, time to get serious. Oh, he's decided to relocate, aka Machine Version. Run away! Give me your stuff.
One down.
Ring, ring, Paperboy coming through.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is he reading a different chat? Are they streaming over someplace else and YouTube has just forgot? No, Patrick, we read all the chats at the same time,
4 different
buddy.
spots, my man.
Which is why I read out your message before I replied to you, is so that other people can hear what I'm saying across different channels. We're currently streaming to Twitch, Facebook Live, and YouTube right now. Even though it's not a mounted bike, it's still a lot more usable than a real one of that type of bike would actually be in that terrain. That is very true, Dave. Oh! Oh, it would be so cool if we just shot it down mid-air. Oh dear.
Oh, come on, ref.
It's about that field radio.
Yeah, I should have put one down.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's hard enough yet. Like, you know, if there was like a pack of them there, maybe, but there's...
Okay.
There should only be 2 here.
Okay. Well, at least if there was a pack of them, you'd die quickly.
Exactly, exactly.
You could just try, stick on the road and just
Alright.
peg it.
3rd time lucky, you reckon?
Third time's the charm.
3rd time over this
Cough,
bump.
field radio, cough.
Yeah.
Those of you who wonder what we're talking about field radios, it is an item in the game. Nah.
I'm having a freaking fantastic down this bike. Oh,
field radio is an item that you can deploy, which if you're playing multiplayer will allow people to spawn near you.
Right.
Or you can also use it yourself as a mobile spawning point. If you've got a really tough area and you don't fancy running backwards and forth, you can use it as a temporary
There we
spawn
go.
location. Whee!
Easy.
Well, we'll see about that. Trying to figure out if the hunter's head is supposed to be shaped more like a dinosaur or a lizard. Interesting you say that, Crash81, because I know that our developers sort of do take some inspiration from animals in terms of how animations work, etc. Whether that goes into the actual model design, I don't know. I think so. Who knows? I wasn't concerned about those other platforms. I was concerned for your mental health. About me talking to other people that he didn't read messages from.
Aha.
It's okay. It's fine. I recommend side wheels for Matt. Get some stabilizers on your
Some
bike.
training wheels.
Yeah. I love train tracks, so you can drive a train and you can stop at train stations to search for fuel.
It's quite... You know what? All I'm going to say is you guys never... Well, actually, that does surprise me.
Never fails to surprise, yeah. But they do.
Yeah.
Yes. Finally get to us, one of your live streams. Hi, guys. Hey, Aquablade. Welcome. Nice for you to be here.
Where are you? Did it die?
Are you looking for it now?
Yeah, this is personal.
Is it possible someone replay the entire story? I generally love the way it unraveled itself, and especially how exciting it got near the end. The only way would be at this time would be to sort of delete your progress and restart again from zero. Console, you should know how to do that for your console of choice. For PC, you need to delete the file from your documents folder, your save file. Whether we make that easier in the future, that may be something we'll look into, so you can more easily reset the world and sort of play through again. But as of now, that's the suggested way to do it. So unfortunately, you would risk losing your stuff. But you can, of course, copy your save folder first if you want to. That's a good way of doing that. So you can always hop back into your sort of completed save. I just realised that the character is being used looks like the Vault Tech rep from Fallout 4. Yeah, it does actually. Your stylish clothing setup.
This one?
Yeah. With the hat and stuff. Mm.
Beautiful.
The only thing I'm dreaming about is option to pet and hug ticks. Just look, almost, game where we can pet NPCs becomes game of the year. Okay.
What? Oh, come on, Matt.
Graham, can you please get a tattoo on your other arm as it's really killing my OCD? Well, somebody who actually does have OCD. I feel you, but sorry. Maybe I can replicate the camera. I don't know. They're expensive, you know? I like to look lopsided.
Oh.
Great. Time to once again live through the 80s. Indeed.
Let's run away.
Would you at some point go into the main story again and add ways that feed information to the player? I love the environmental telling of the story, but I noticed that reviewers have a problem understanding some bits. Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with that. We've gone for a very old school way of telling the story here, which we remember from games growing up, but perhaps modern gamers aren't so used to. So I can see where there's some misunderstanding there. He literally ran over you.
He did.
But you can expect the story to expand in various ways as we continue with future updates.
Oh.
So any health packs?
Maybe.
Yeah, they're wise. Are you running into a tank behind you?
Probably.
I thought it looked like it was a big... It might have been me just freaking out, but I saw something with lights on.
The thing that's annoying here is I'm using my slugs, I think. Just trying to quickly... There we
That's
go.
the buck, yeah.
Spot.
Does a recording of the main theme played on church organ exist? No, I think it's just a little segment there.
Oh, I think it was a Swedish kids song.
No, see the organ is a little bit of an Easter egg. I don't mind giving this one away.
Ah.
It's not too big. I think it's what Peter put in there. So basically, yeah, look at that flashlight. There you go. Oh dear, run!
Oh dear lord.
Come on! Zig! Zag!
Oh my gosh.
Oh jeez, this is gonna go pear-shaped.
Might need to get Sasha back in to help me.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, the organ thing was a little Easter egg that our sound designer put in there, where the organ would play different songs, and one of them was the Generation Zero theme. Then there's an opera song and some sweet. Oh, where he was off to?
I don't know either, but
Well, either way, he's not chasing after you, so that's good. Oh, jeez.
oh, like.
Man, I'm feeling tense for you at this stage. I've got like second-hand anxiety.
Like just.
There we go.
What's gonna get me? Oh, I think the tanks. Or maybe this is like when the
Crouch down and hide. Yes,
when the hunter turns back up again. I think.
Yeah. Have to say, you guys really seem to enjoy your work, and that truly shows in your product. I mean, we are passionate gamers ourselves. I mean, absolutely, we're very privileged to get to do what we do. That runner shouted Geronimo as it flew off the cliff.
I did. Okay, I think that's enough.
Alternatively, the mission is about finding a safe house, so maybe go to that one first. That's a cunning tip.
Some, upstairs for thinking,
There we go.
downstairs for dancing.
Now you claim the safe house. Iraqis, there's all kinds of ideas we have for future development of the game and general improvements, so fear not there. So up until now, we've been very much focused on bug fixing. Nice, safe house.
Yay!
We've done a hell of a load of bug fixing right now. Now we've sort of got the biggest stuff behind us. Yes, we know there is still more to be done. We'll start working more towards content, quality of life, general gameplay improvements, that kind of thing. So it's coming. Excuse me. Wind my mic down there, excuse me. Any giveaways? No giveaways right now, I'm sorry to say. Check social media. There will be a competition coming up this week where you can win some t-shirts.
Give it away now.
And I need to think out a way how I can give away some of these as well.
What is that? What is that, Graham? What is that?
What is this?
Yeah.
Well, if you play the game, you might note
Yeah.
we have these Dalahest collectibles in the game. We have some Generation Zero, very exclusive, actually handmade in Nusnes in Dalarna, actual Dalarna Hest. So Dalarna Hest in the real world are very Swedish symbols. They're handmade, often from wood. and they're often hand-painted, and you're always going to find at least one of these. Do you have one of these in your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Uni's
course.
got one. It's
Every Swedish household has to have one of these things. We have one in my house as well. So you'll find them in collectibles in the game, and we also have some very special real-life ones here. So we're going to work out a way to give away some of those quite soon.
There's a lot of flares.
Any chance you can get a quick Cliff Notes catch-up? I'd watch the VOD. There's been no big news, let me say, today. It's more general, lots of questions, lots of answers.
Have I got any skill points?
Some people on the internet just screaming out for attention.
Who is it this time?
Doesn't matter. They're like, notice me,
I'm here.
but now they've been gone. Okay. Best with runners, best tactic is to never stop moving and run at them shotgun firing. Running or taking cover is going to get you killed. Yeah, the runners are kind of designed to be, you know, running over you in some respects. That is true. You do kind of have to be quite mobile. As you saw Matt, he was very much dashing around and dancing.
Skakarumpa.
What's this month's update about? Just tuning in. Next update is going to be August update. There was not one in the end of July because the development team were on holidays here in Sweden. So stay tuned for August update. We'll get more information about that as we get closer. But I can say that as it looks now, we're looking to introduce something that you folks will be very, very pleased to be getting. So watch this space for more news on that. Is this the end for the Rookie Island where we're at now? Yes, it is. I think we're approaching the final bits.
Yep.
Need to get to the warboards and all
Do
that
the
jazz.
things.
Any word on PS4 trophies needing attention? Pip Killer? Yes, absolutely. We have a few outstanding foibles of trophies you need to look into.
I feel like there's something I'm missing.
Yeah, fashion needs to particularly county gaming. That's one that we're very much need to have a dig into some more.
Blocking the way out.
You're being camped. At least on the bright side, you're being camped in a safe house this time.
Yeah.
You can always just get a bike and just pedal for...
I wonder if I can lead him down the road here.
Okay, I'm hyped again, says Alex. Well, great to hear it, Alex. Oh.
You won't.
Angry tank.
You won't. Well, yes, you will.
You should be cunning. You can bait him into you close, and then is that the plan, is it? Bait him in and then run away.
Mm-hmm. Come over here, Mr. Tank, with it. Oh, shiza. Conveniently, there's a lot of explosive cars.
Clothing drops the same stuff over and over. Any fix being worked on? Do you have all the clothing, Biggest? That may be it. There is a finite amount, as of now, at least. But otherwise, that's something we can definitely look into if you feel that you haven't got everything and you're starting to get duplicates after only playing a short time. And perhaps we should change it so that you don't get clothing drops at all once you've got them. That might make sense too. But we'll look into that either way. Clothes with robot parts embedded, like an exoskeleton suit or some sort of junk/scrap outfit. Exoskeleton, probably less likely, going by the theme so far, but who knows, that could change. Junk/scrap suit, that sounds cool. What's the game plan? What are we thinking?
I want to get him in close here.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, hit the car. You would have been fine if it wasn't for that.
Oh,
two cars.
He pretty much just destroyed my plan, to be honest with you. My plan was to get him in there and blow the cars up on him.
Okay, I was thinking
Except he read
cars were an option as well.
He read my mind and decided to use them against me.
Machine smarts.
Damn it!
Can we have more detail around the map, like trenches, barbed wire, and sandbags, etc.? It looks like a real war. Thing is, Wolfie Boy, this wasn't a protracted war. It wasn't a battle as such, where lines were being drawn and there was a big defense.
And
I won't go too into it.
Everything too, like how good would sandbags be against machines? Just like stomp, 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 jump, jump, jump.
But yeah, this all happened so fast. There wasn't lines of defense and things being drawn. It was, you know, lightning flash and
dead as well.
Everything hit the fan, basically. Follow the story. You'll understand more about that. But it wasn't really a protracted trench war. So that wouldn't make sense in this case. Basically Skynet, but without the nukes, pretty much. Skate parks. I know skateboarding flourished in the mid-80s. I already mentioned at the start of the stream. Give us skateboards and Tony Hawk's style gameplay.
And some kickflips.
Are you eventually going to add melee? We've spoken about that in the past, about how we agree it would be cool. I'm not sure how we do it in a way that makes sense, bearing in mind you're hitting big lumps of steel.
Yep.
But
and punch the
melee
fridge.
of some description would be pretty neat. Ideas for clothing you'll see. How about a posh ladies and gentlemen style set with suits, ballroom gowns, and monocles? Yes! Yes! That sounds amazing.
That would be swanky.
I want a big,
Uh-oh.
big puffy pink ball gown. Disable HUD, please. You can use photo mode if you're talking about for screenshot taking purposes. But for general gameplay, that could be pretty neat. Yes, if you prefer more sort of streamlined looks.
There's actually a lot of stuff here.
Oh wow, that is a whole lot of stuff going on there.
Might just
Just nope.
Yeah.
Mind your own business.
let's see something else up on the road here too. So
Can we have more buildings like mansions? It doesn't make sense in the terrain you're at right now. I mean, Sweden does have some sort of larger sort of mansions, herrgård type things littered around, but maybe, let's say. Encountered snow for the first time in the game. Curious if snowing is tied to how many days have passed since the start, if it's tied to zones. I'm not sure exactly mechanically. We do have random weather effects. You might have rain, you might have storms, you might have sun, you might have fog, you might have snow. As for what dictates when it happens, I cannot say that. Oh, we got an achievement for that one.
nice.
Operator. Back to the Future hoverboard. Just an idea. Just an awesome idea. Random tree houses with special loot inside. Now that would be neat. Tree houses. Tree houses were a thing in AT back when kids used to play outside.
Snaps in there.
Yeah. Sorry?
There'll be snaps and stuff in there, you know.
Snaps in the tree house.
Hidden
There's no
in there.
snaps in my tree house.
No.
Big puffy afro, please. Yes. I had someone claiming to be senior graphics designer wanting me to be on a game tester hub. I don't know if I should trust it. That sounds dodgy.
Ask for what company, ask for a proper email address.
Best thing to do
Yada, yada,
is, I would reach out to social media and say, hello, is this legit? We haven't been doing that, put it that way. We tend to recruit closed beta testers, etc., via our Discord channel. It would be myself who would talk to you on the most part, which is Avalanche Graham on Discord. But that does sound a bit odd. I don't know. 80s movie outfits set like Terminator, Mad Max, Back to the Future, Star Wars, and even horror movies. Well, you might have seen some reference to Back to the Future recently, added in one of the DLC. Azen was the name. It's not one that I recognize. Sorry to say.
Well, I've just
Well, you
unlocked
unlocked the safe house, and it is actually 5 of the clock, so it's time to wrap it up.
The clock of the 5,
Perfect
yeah.
timing. And this is the
Very
last
good.
time we're going to see you for a month, isn't it, Matt?
It is. I'm going on full-time dead leave.
You're on dad leave. Matt's
So-
going to look after Mini Matt for a bit.
I am. It's gonna be
So,
magical.
unfortunately, you can have me and some friends from the dev team who I will be bringing down to keep me company here and there. Can we have Demogorgons on the Upside Down? Yes!
Yeah,
If you can hook up, if you get in touch with Netflix, get us the rights. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
It'll happen.
But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's been a blast, as always. It was really nice to get back in front of the camera.
And
after
you
our
know
little
what?
break.
I'm fine. We're finally at the end of the starting island.
We are. So
And now I go.
now you go. Sad face. I might have to borrow your save file.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
Yeah, we'll do
Copy it
that.
across.
Yeah, we'll say. Oh, yeah, good news is now we're starting from scratch from no.
Yeah.
Righty
Rightio.
Enjoy the ad leave, Matt, and see you next week, my dude.
Catch you, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks all. We'll catch you next time. Bye. Bye.
Boy.